Brian, this time around in the movie, and especially when we first catch up with him, he's fearful, he's concerned, you know, he's with the girl that he loves, but it's funny because given the jeopardy and basically the fact that the big bad wolf and the whole world is coming down on him, he's living more happy and more free than he ever has been. Because he's finally being honest with himself and living true to himself. So he's in a much better place than we've seen him before.
Right. Why do you think, Paul, this franchise has proved so enduring? I mean, 10 years is a good effort, especially as the scene has sort of come and gone of modified cars. If this has kept going.
Yeah, I think that. I think definitely the market, the car, from the enthusiast standpoint, I think things have changed. You know, in the first one, we had a lot of vinyl and a lot of bright colors on our cars, and to be honest with you, it was kind of a tacky era for automobiles. And I think that if you see the direction in which that whole arena has moved, it's a lot cleaner and far more simple and stripped down. And along the way, we've theorized as to why. The franchise is a success, and, we've attributed it to this and to that. At the end of the day, it's a combination of things. First and foremost, we were lucky. I really believe that. We captured an essence, and we tapped into something that was it was the right time, and it was something that really was universal, regardless of where you go in the world, regardless of what color your skin is, what language you speak. People can definitely relate to the type of action, the scenes that we've created with and I think, and just trying to capture the car enthusiast, kind of the pulse, if you will. But the other thing, too, that I really overlooked the first time around, and I didn't really realize it until later, was thematically the whole focus of family and loyalty. And that's why in the fifth installment, we've really gone back to that. We've really kind of focused on that. And, with the backdrop of all the action and the big set pieces, it seems to be a winning combination.
That's a great answer, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You're a car nut, or a petrol head, as we would say in England, yourself, Paul. Has that always been the case, or is that a byproduct of...
It's the whole car thing and that fascination, I really think is a genetic thing. My grandfather raced cars in the 1950s, especially 60s, and he was a mechanic, and he was just he was a son of a bitch. I mean, the guy... He knew how to drive, and he had the first Ford Falcon. He had a 1963 Ford Falcon. He broke the 160-mile-an-hour barrier, which was really a feat at the time. My mother's always said it, my father's always said it. It's like, yeah, you've inherited his DNA, his gene. My dad has an appreciation for it, but when my father drives with me, like I've had him on the track with me a couple of times, he screams like a girl. He can't handle it. So. It's funny how, things can, they can pass and they can skip and, when it comes to the whole DNA. But I feel like I got a little bit of both grandfathers, a little bit of my dad. And so as a result, my grandmother always said that I was 31 flavors. And I like that.
Thanks. You trained in parkour, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Parkour, the wall jumping.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what turned you onto that?
I think, parkour first caught my eye, I would say 8-9 years ago. And my kid brother actually said, hey, look at these videos. And we're looking on the internet, and I don't know if it was YouTube or what it was. And I saw these guys doing these amazing things with just their body. There's no ball. There's no equipment necessary. You don't need teammates. All you need is yourself and, a big set of balls. And, that was really the only limit, with some of the stuff that the guys were doing. So, I'm an enthusiast. It's not something I do on a regular basis. But when we had the guys come in to basically double the teams, doing the rooftop chases through the favelas, the guy that came in to double me, his name was Paul, ironically enough. And I saw some of the stuff he was doing, and a lot of the dive rolls were basically the same thing that I learned in martial arts from the time I was a kid. And I know how to fall well from the motorsports that I've been involved with and skateboarding and all that. So I thought, well, I can do it. So I started diving from, one story, just doing a swan dive, and it's called a dive roll. You tuck your arm and you roll your shoulder, and I was like, oh, I can do that. And I started working with Paul a little bit more, and the next thing I knew, I was doing bigger dives and bigger rollouts, and I was like, well, I want to do a backflip, and backflip turned into a front flip, and I was like, I could do this. So, you know, you only live one time, and, you know, I like trying to get in as much as I possibly can. But I think it's amazing. There really are no limits on what the human body can do, and I think that parkour really showcases that.